Hey, g'day guys. This is the second part in the three-part series on how to use our CAS calculator to help us with the topic that we're doing at the moment on arithmetic sequences and geometric sequences, and later on into arithmetic series and geometric series. In the first video we talked about numSolve, which is this particular icon here. For this next one I'm going to scroll further down the screen and we're going to look at this one called sequence. And now there are two components to this sequence screen. One is recursive and the other one is explicit. I'm not going to go into recursive right now. The one we want to use is this explicit notation. Now the function is a little different here than what you may be used for. We're used to having, say, Tn. This is just saying a sequence, and this is the sequence A, the sequence B, the sequence C. We can still type in the formula here as we're used to seeing it. Something like A plus n minus 1 times d. However, most rules, if you want to work with them and do something with them, will actually have values in it. Now this particular sequence function in our CAS calculator is really useful to generate the list of numbers in the sequence or to graph them. It's not going to be very useful to solve for D or A. We would use numSolve or eActivity to do that. So this one, I'll say again, is really useful if you want to get a list of the values in the sequence, or you want to be able to graph it. And that's the two sort of things that we're going to look at just now. So instead of using A plus n minus 1d, I'll actually turn this into something that I might know about. So my first term is 3, and I'm going to have a formula when my common difference is 2. What I'm actually looking for here is the set of numbers that starts with 3 and goes up by 2, so it'll be 3, 5, 7, 9 and so on. Let's hit X here and then I'll get a little tick. What I want to do now is I want to hit this little tab up here that says give me a list of terms and what they are. So here's the terms as we were expecting them: 3, 5, 7, 9 and 11. At the moment you can see it's generated 5 terms. I can change that. So to change how many terms it's giving me in the sequence, I hit this button here with the little arrows and the XY, and it says, well, how many do you want? I want to start at the first term, and maybe I want to go to the 20th term. And I press OK. I hit this again to tabulate it, and then you can see now I can scroll down, and I can go all the way down to the 20th term. It just gives me the list of terms that I've got there. Another nice thing that can do for us, I'll click back in this top screen, maybe I want to start at the 100th term and just go to the 105th term. And when I hit this button here to retabulate it, you can see that I've got those terms there. Sometimes that might be useful if you're running an investigation or you're trying to get a feel for what's happening in a certain range or how large the values are. That might help. The last one I want to show you is once I've clicked in this top screen, and by the way you can tell which screen it is by the dark line that's around it. So here I'm in the top screen, here I'm in the tabulated screen. This particular button here will give me a graph of this particular function, which is the sequence that I'm generating. So that's really quite nice too. Okay, another way to get a graph of the sequence as it's been generated is, as you can see here, I've got terms 1 to 5 and they've been listed. In fact, I've got terms 1 to, I think I've got up to 50 set in there. Once I click in the tabulated screen down the bottom, it's got the dark outline. What I can do is click on graph up the top here, and I can get it to just plot the points, or I can get it to plot the points and draw a line between them. Sometimes it's nice to see the line of trend, or sometimes you just want to see the points. So if I do G-connect, what you can see here is it's actually generated for me a linear line. And from our investigation this week, we know that arithmetic sequences actually do present in a linear way. This is the formation that mine's come up as. Yours probably will look a little bit like that one, where you may not see it. So you have to adjust your zoom focus. So I've just gone zoom auto, so I can see all the information that I've got. So that is using the sequence function straight from the main menu, this particular idea here, we can type in our formula, we can generate lists of sequences, and we can also graph it.